Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. We're here to talk about Joao Neves' sensational performance versus Manchester City, which obviously earned him the man of the match of the game. So let's go into Joao Neves' full performance right here. We can see Xavi has the ball, doubling up by Marquinhos and Neves. And Neves, this is what I love from him, the grinta. The grinta goes in, gives Paris Saint-Germain the possession. Here, obviously, Vitinha puts in a delicious set piece. Neves there at the back post. Couldn't really get it. It was a bit too high, but obviously, he did it again. Here, I want to talk about the sequence. De Bruyne here with the cross. You can see it's pretty much aimed for Haaland there at the back post. I just don't like what Nuno is doing here. He just stood still. I know he's trying to be ready for if De Bruyne gives it to Nunes there on the right side, but beautiful from Neves intercepting that. Look at this. And when I see this, I'm getting a remembrance of Ugarte last season, especially in the beginning of the season, because what he was really good at was the counter pressing. And look at what Neves does here. That's the thing I love about Neves. Feels like he's an Ugarte, he's a Verratti, he's a Vitinha, he's this and that. He's all of them in one player. He's such a complete player. Wins it off Bernardo, gives Paris Saint-Germain possession. Once again, Akanji puts a header here to the middle of the pitch. Kovacic, you can see he has a little bit of a headspace over Neves, and Neves just gets to it. Falls down, but gets up, gives it to do it. Once again, Neves here makes a sliding tackle. Once again, ball going to Savio. Neves wins it. Like, he was just a pit bull all the time. And the biggest thing why we performed as well versus City was just the insane counter press. Joao Neves here. Look at the movement from Neves. Gives it to Vitinha. Vitinha gives it to Hakimi. Neves starts running. Neves starts asking for the pawn. Gives it. So just the complete performance where he does every single thing at a high level. Easy switch here to Kangin Lee. Here you can see De Bruyne, Fabian, and Vitinha on top of him. Neves sees that. He's like, that's mine. Wins it. It's PSG ball. Once again here, Foden, very tightly pressed by a lot of PSG players. Does a nice croqueta on Neves. But Neves was like, no, I will try. And he got the ball again. And Neves actually created or was part of the first goal that we scored in the first half. That was obviously disallowed. Neves is giving it to Nuno, obviously here. So involved in one goal, pretty much a pre-assist. And look at this from Neves once again. Tight ball here. It's a bit dangerous. Still 2-1 to City. Wins the ball, wins the duel versus Foden, wins the duel versus Bernardo, opens it up so Dembele can put the pass to do it. And we have a counter-attack. I mean, he's sensational. And here we have it for Paris Saint-Germain's second goal. Kovacic, a bit clueless with the ball. Neves like, give me that. That's mine. Gives it to Fabian. Fabian gives it to do it, and we get the goal. So he's been involved in the disallowed goal and in this goal. Neves here. And one thing I loved, when it was 2-2, and I was rewatching his highlights and everything, he was just so eager to be the hero to take Paris Saint-Germain back. And I absolutely love that from our players. Neves here wins the corner. Grealish here takes a bad touch. Neves is there for the second ball. He's there for the second ball. Takes the shot. Like, he was just so eager. He played the entire game with full intensity, but he was still the person that was running the most, that was tackling the most, that was winning the most balls. Here, Neves puts a great ball to Achraf Hakimi. Gvardiol obviously gets to it first, and then he lands on Rico Lewis' hand. PSG get a set piece. Neves at the back post. Vitinha puts in, and Neves with an absolute sublime header to put us into the lead. And lastly, but not least, he gives it here to Ousmane Dembele. And obviously, this is the last thing. Again, he is involved in a goal. He won the header here, which obviously led to Gvardiol give it to Gonçalo for the goal. So he is involved in pretty much every single goal, apart from the first Ousmane Dembele goal, which it just shows how great of a game Joao Neves had. I mean, he's having 3 goals and 7 assists as a box-to-box midfielder this season. He's not even an offensive 8. And all of his goals have been important. One in Le Classique, one in the important, the first goal versus Toulouse, and obviously the winner versus City. And all of his 7 assists have been really helpful for Paris Saint-Germain in all competitions this season. 1 goal, 7 shots, 55 out of 62 passes, 88 touches, 2 key passes, 2 out of 5 dribbles, 5-7 tackles won, 2 defensive actions, 6 recoveries, 11 out of 16 duels won. What is it that Joao Neves cannot do? Because he can basically do every single thing on the pitch in a perfect, great way. Like, these are complete stats. Half of them are like winger stats or attacker stats. Half of them midfielder stats. Half of them like defender stats. Like, I've never seen a talent like Joao Neves. I said it before. I think Kylian Mbappe, when he was young at PSG, he's the only like under 20 player I've seen better than Joao Neves at Paris Saint-Germain. He's an absolute monster, and that we only got him for 60 million euros has to be one of the biggest steals in recent time. I mean, Joao Neves is set to become, I mean, he's already one of our best players. He's been a top 3 player for Paris Saint-Germain this season in his first season when he's 19. Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know how crazy that is? How Joao Neves is good? I even said it, even though I love Verratti, I respect him a lot. I don't think Verratti was this good at 19. That's how good Joao Neves has been. Well, we don't really have to do that comparison. We can just enjoy them both. I enjoyed Verratti, and I'm set to enjoy Joao Neves for at least 10 years now at Paris Saint-Germain. What a superb player it is. What a fantastic signing Luis Campos made. And I can't wait to see Joao Neves continue balling out for Paris Saint-Germain. Hopefully, guys, have enjoyed this video. If you want to see a similar video around Dembele's cameo versus Manchester City, make sure to click on the video. That's been it from boy PSG. And as usual, allez, 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 Paris.